Hi, my name is Scott Berger, and I'm with Kane County's Office of Community Reinvestment. This video has been prepared with the help of Batavia's Community Access TV station, BATV, to assist you in applying for funding from Kane County. Every year, the Kane County Board allocates a portion of the revenue it receives from the Grand Victoria Riverboat for projects that address critical issues and help to strengthen Kane County communities. In this video, we'll provide you with an overview of Kane County's Riverboat Fund and explain the application process for the year ahead. The Riverboat Fund was established in 1997 under an agreement between Kane County and the Elgin Riverboat Resort. Funding that comes to the county is ultimately provided by the Riverboat's philanthropic arm, the Grand Victoria Foundation. The county receives an annual contribution equal to 7.5% of the Grand Victoria's net operating income, which varies from year to year. Each year, the county board makes a portion of its funds available for projects and programs sponsored by external agencies and nonprofit community-based organizations. For 2014, the Kane County Board has allocated $1 million for such projects, with a maximum cap of $100,000 for any single project. And finally, projects must be completed within 2 years of being funded. So you'll want to be sure you're not submitting a project before it's really ready to proceed. The overall goal of the Riverboat Fund is to help finance projects and programs that address needs in the following areas: education, economic development, and the environment. And ideally, projects should not only focus on solving current problems, but providing long-term solutions. Within these three broad categories, there are certain types of projects the county is looking for. For example, projects should address capital needs rather than ongoing operating expenses. Projects that leverage funding from other sources are preferred, as are projects that involve collaboration with other entities. Finally, projects should be financially sustainable and be able to demonstrate evidence of continued support going forward. So with those basics in mind, let's talk about the application process for the year ahead. To apply for Riverboat funds, you'll need to complete our standard application form and attach several documents specific to your project and organization. Our application is available as a fillable form you can download from the Community Reinvestment page on the county's website. Please let us know if you have any difficulty with this. We're happy to provide you with an application on a flash drive. The first section asks you for some general information about your organization, including contact information and your federal employee ID number. In the next section, we're looking for you to provide some information about your project, including the category it qualifies under, the population and geographic area that will benefit from it, and of course the amount of Riverboat funding you are seeking from the county. We also ask for a brief description of the project, the number of jobs it will either create or maintain, and your time frame for completing the project. Remember, projects must be completed within 2 years of being funded, and those funding decisions will likely be made in June. Next, we have a series of yes/no questions that deal with past funding awards your organization may have received from Kane County, and whether your project might involve any of the activities specifically prohibited under the Riverboat guidelines. Along with the application form, there are several documents you'll need to submit. We ask that you provide a one-page executive summary describing your project and a budget identifying the various funding sources for the project and whether or not they are committed or pending. Next, your project costs should be supported by cost quotations from contractors and service or material providers. We also ask that you provide copies of certifications or licenses that may apply to any personnel that might be required to complete your project. This might include your own staff or contractors you intend to hire to work on the project. We also require evidence that your application has been properly authorized. So we ask that you attach a resolution approved by your board that does just that. You'll find a sample document on our website that you can model yours on. If your organization is a nonprofit organization, you will need to provide some additional documents. These primarily focus on your tax status as a 501c3 and financial matters. Of course, you are welcome to attach additional items that help to explain your project, but they're not required. Finally, we ask you to review and sign an applicant certification statement. Among other things, this is your promise that all of the information included in and with your application is true, and that you will notify us of any changes that might occur after you submit your application for consideration. Of course, once you've completed your application, you'll want to be sure to submit it by the deadline. This year, the deadline is 4:30 p.m., Monday, April 7th. All applications should be submitted to our office, the Office of Community Reinvestment, at the County Government Center, or electronically by scanning and sending it to our office email, ocr@countyofkane.org. Following the deadline, all applications go to the County Board's Riverboat Committee, which is responsible for reviewing each request and recommending funding allocations for specific projects. Their recommendations go to the full County Board for review and approval. Applicants that are approved for Riverboat funding will be expected to enter into a written agreement with the county. The agreement outlines the terms and conditions under which funding will be provided for your project. It details the reporting and record-keeping requirements you'll need to comply with, and covers the county's payment process, which involves issuing reimbursements for eligible project expenses. So with that overview, we want to invite you to visit Kane County's website to learn more about the Riverboat Fund, and to obtain the program guidelines and application materials you'll need to prepare a project proposal of your own. As you do so, keep in mind that our office is happy to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to call or email us if we can be of assistance. Thank you for taking time to view this video, produced with generous assistance from the folks at BATV. We hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you, and have a good day.